That's the most I've ever heard.
Charles is gonna be like, what the fuck?
Hi.
Right, so this was the first canopy crane ever built in the world in '93.
Yeah, 93.
It was the idea was thought by Smithsonian last time.
Whoa. You what?
So up until then, pretty much all the work, tropical ecology work, had been done from the ground. And the only way to get access to the canopy was either by climbing up the trees, or going from above by like a helium balloon or something, which a few people have done.
Like a hot air balloon?
Yeah. And so people have begun to sort of think about the forest canopy and how many insects and stuff there were up here. And the way they said that was by fogging, so throwing out chemicals up into the canopy and catching all the insects.
Yeah.
It just drugged them, right? Not
Yeah.
killed them.
Most generally kill them.
Oh.
And so a guy called Terry Irwin did that famously. He was the first guy to do that in Ecuador, and found an incredible number of beetle and insect species on this one tree fog. And he figured that if they were all specialists to this one species of tree, then he did some kind of back of the envelope calculations and worked out that there'd be 30 million insect species in the world. If every tree had that number of specialist insects, then that would be the rough number of insects there were.
Holy crap.
And so one of the inspirations for this canopy crane was to try and test that, and to try and make it easier to get access to the canopy and to count the number of insect species and different species of tree.
So it started with insects.
Insects and plant physiology. Yeah, so trying to work out, to measure photosynthesis and water movement in the canopy of trees. And so, what's the thing that's different here than from on the ground that you guys can just feel?
The air's cooler.
It's cooler right now because it's windy. It's much more light, yeah. When the sun's out, it's not windy, it will actually be a lot hotter.
Oh yeah.
No shade.
And so how do you think that would affect the plants that are growing? It's really dry. Yeah. So, apart from the trees, can you guys see any other kinds of plants? The life form plants?
Like this is like that's all vines growing on there, right?
Yeah. There aren't really many epiphytes. So epiphytes are these plants that grow on other things, yeah? So they're what plants that we've seen really here that are Panama City.
What did you say they were?
Plants that grow on other plants.
Vines.
The vines are that, but then that's a different kind of life form. So what big groups of plants have we seen? Or families? Yeah, so bromeliads are one group that are almost or wholly epiphytic. Yeah, so they have these big rosettes of spiky leaves. And so how are those leaves different, are those bromeliads to regular tree leaves?
They're bigger and spikier.
Yeah, and how else? If you tried to break one in half.
Thicker, right?
Thicker and tougher.
They have tougher and they have more water, like the inside is
so bromeliads often
fleshier.
Store water in their leaves. They also have tougher leaves that are stronger, so they can resist rapid respiration better. Bromeliads often form like a tank structure, so the leaves sort of form these like a bowl, and water will be stored in the bowl of the bromeliad, which can be either used by like frogs and insects and stuff, or used by the plant.
So when it rains, they catch
the
water and just store it there.
Yeah. And so orchids too have similar kind of leaf structures. They're much thicker leaves. They're used for water storage. They're tougher. Yeah. So you'll see flagging tape and various experiments and observational stuff around here.
Yeah, like you see all the tags,
Yeah. So now the wind's dropped, you can feel the
the
heat.
heat.
And so you can see that trees have to cope with it, like from in the ground they have this, there's two really different systems they have to cope with. And even different levels.
Yeah,
of
see
canopy.
people.
And so do you know much about different kinds of leaves on the same tree?
Yes.
So the students know.
What did you say?
So have you guys heard of sun and shade leaves?
No.
So do you...
Some leaves would be more broad,
Why?
soak up more sun and lose less water.
Yeah, so there's going to be a big difference between these leaves on the outside of the canopy and the leaves that we find down towards the ground or further in the canopy. These leaves are going to get much more light. So they tend to be larger, thinner.
I want to get a picture of you talking to them on the crane. But I can't, you guys are too close. Just get a close up.
Can you identify this?